Hello, this is Alan Wright, back again with episode 3 of my podcast, Alan, Right or Wrong. Now I'm here because I'm going to talk to you today about the Cosmic Circus. Now I talked to you in episode 2 about the Cosmic Casino. And in my introductory episode, episode 1, I introduced you to the concept of basically Cyborgenesis. Cyborgenesis. And the danger to you, your family, and friends, the immediate existential danger coming from life events on this planet right now that will affect all of you. Now, I'm going to talk in this Cosmic Circus session about how it specifically will probably affect you, your family, and friends at various levels, but consequential levels. And it all depends on what you learn and take away and what you do with that knowledge. You've been lied to. I talked about true lies in episodes 1 and 2. And a true lie is just something you believe that is actually a lie. I talked about scientists call it a paradigm. They change them all the time. Theories. Others just lie for power, control. A lot of reasons, socioeconomically. But I'm going to tell you now what you need to know to move forward, if you choose to. What is that choice? I spoke about it in both episodes, as you are going to either choose a transhuman future or a post-human future. Because it won't stay the same. Now you think it will, I'm sure you do right now. Or if it changes, it's just normal change, normal rates of change. Well, there aren't any normal rates of change right now, sociopolitically for sure. And I'm going to give you the very honest, straightforward answer to that in a few minutes, and description of it. At the socioeconomic, planetary, international level, I'm going to talk a lot about from the point of view of a citizen of the United States, with a lot of years of lifetime behind him, several degrees, lots of experience, multidisciplinary. As a professor of metaphysics, I've looked at this from a lot of perspectives. Physics, quantum physics, classical physics, string theory. I've looked at it from chemistry, atomic theory. I've looked at it through philosophy, psychology. Certainly the educational and the history of education, and from the business and financial world, the economics, international, as well as those locally. I've owned corporations, I've formed corporations, I've formed school districts, I've subdivided school districts, I've consulted with the state of California to get them out of a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, and did. I've consulted with the state of Arizona while I was superintendent in youth corrections, got them out of a federal lawsuit that was tens of millions of dollars. Okay? I know what I'm talking about, and I want to tell you right now that your very existence and the quality of your life is being severely tested and will come to a halt, a screaming halt, and not a good place to be in a very short time. It's already started. Now I want to talk to you about the difference between transhumanism and posthumanism. Posthumanism is very, very serious. It's going to turn out very bad for you. And I usually say that's going to basically turn you into a zombie, the Walking Dead. Somebody that's really, your whole existence is moving that direction. Excuse me. Transhumanism is more about evolving, changing, developing, improving, dealing with the circumstances, the real circumstances emanating from the cosmic forces, going all the way to my theory, Einstein's relativity and my improvements on it, going all the way from that down into your daily life, how you get your money, how you eat, how you love, what you do, where you go, how you get there, and how long that's going to stay relatively doable for you. So now as I get a little more specific, I'm going to mostly talk about the United States, but I'm also going to mention some international factors that are key to it all. You're familiar with the United States government over the last couple of 100 years. We've prided ourselves on being a democracy. Well, that's one of the lies, the true lies. We're certainly not a democracy. There's no equality. There's no equality economically. There's no equality in front of the law. Where you know this for a fact, very wealthy people, very powerful people, very connected people who can afford the best lawyers and can play the system, they do better than the rest of us. If you're very poor and you're on the street and you are taken into jail or put in prison because you don't have any defense of yourself or even been incompetent to defend yourself, you're in deep trouble. Okay? Now the same person can be a drunk or an abuser or a thief or even a murderer and get away with it in today's world with the proper legal structure and political help. And if you can't get convicted in a court, perhaps, or even perhaps wrongly, some politician can just give you amnesty, just pardon you. Won't happen to normal people, working class people, people on the streets, lower class. In our government in the United States right now, we're losing a lot of ground that took years and years and years to get to with health care, which is definitely not one of the best in the world. Okay, we're losing a lot of things right now because of the incompetent politicians in our governmental system. Even our Supreme Court majority is controlled by a psychopathic narcissist president and his loyal people he put in charge of the judiciary and other elements of government. Extremely powerful man. He's a criminal. He's a very bad man. He's been impeached twice. Not convicted, but impeached because of politics. And I like to use these cosmic casino metaphors. And he bankrupted the whole East Coast casino business for a while. The man is incompetent. He's a liar and a cheat, and he's a sick man. But he's a very powerful man in our system. Now that our system is beginning to fail, we're having new wars around the world. We're doing terrible, terrible things in Ukraine. The United States basically used NATO to threaten Russia on their doorstep, and Russia fought back. It's well documented. Now, we don't like the fact they invaded Ukraine, but look at the whole international community. They kind of act like some are kind of acting like they're doing something about it. But where is our United Nations? Where is our international police force, our international courts of justice? What are they doing? Nothing. Talk. Place like Gaza, where the Israeli nation uses all the past injustices towards the Jewish people as a lying justification to basically commit genocide in Gaza. It's no secret they want all control of that part of the world. And the United States supports them financially, militarily, and they route all that money through the corporatocracy, the corporate world, the international, transnational corporatocracy. the people that are actually controlling the politicians in today's world. So when I say a cosmic circus, our planetary socioeconomic system is a circus. It's basically being run by fools. And we're being fooled. Many, half the population voted these people in. Well, I always say, fool me once, I'm a fool. No, excuse me. You made a fool out of me. Fool me twice, I'm a fool. I'm the fool. Well, this president's been elected twice now. Well, whatever your politics, let's take it to the next level now, and let's talk about economics a little bit more. Almost $40 trillion debt in the United States. There's nothing else like it, even close, in the rest of the world, and never has been. All of that debt was made by the Federal Reserve System. It was created in 1913 by billionaires for billionaires. Okay? And it was created to control the financial system of the United States. And as World War I, World War II came about after the Great Depression, then, and through warfare, the United States basically controlled the currency all across the world, in one way and to one degree or another. Where we used it to capture resources and draw them into the further build the wealth and the power of these transnational corporations. I get a kick out of on TV, these dumb actors through the media. They read their notes given them through the process of the people that own the media. Okay? And they all like to talk about how money is given to Ukraine or money is given to Israel or others. But actually they're not. That money is given to these transnational corporations building war machines and other forms of this international, can't call it anything but a cartel. And what they're doing is they give this money to these corporations, and then they go into the country and use it for these warlike purposes or power, political power, and they withdraw the resources and bring them back into their control in the United States. And this is a well-known fact by people who have studied the issue, and they've been doing it for years. Well, it's causing major disturbances in the, let's just say, the ether, because what we're coming to right now, to basically the brand new super weapon of artificial intelligence, basically a cyber revolution, cybernetics, to this the Cyborgenesis, where all of humanity is being affected, and your basic humanity is coming to a new place in the evolution of man. Transhumanism or posthumanism. That's your choice. So how are you going to survive and thrive as this gets embroils up to a bigger head? There's only one thing I know to do to try to help you. And I've been working on this for 30 years, developing what I call the Pathfinder Project. And what I do is I created a series of websites where I take you through a strategic planning process, and I'm a very good strategic planner, even though I'm old. And I can take you through that to where you can develop a plan for yourself and take actions that will help you survive and thrive. I do it for free. It's all confidential. I don't share any information. As much as anything can be confidential in today's world. Now believe me, I have a lot of knowledge about the CIA, and I have a lot of knowledge about Homeland Security and the NSA, and I've worked with some of their top corporate, let's call them front people, to run their operations. I know a lot about it, and I can help you work through that to create a better future for you and your family and your friends if you work with me. And you can go to get started at right with a W, W-R-I-G-H-T, or wrong.com, rightorwrong.com. cyborgenesis.com. From there, I'll take you through a system of multiple websites as you want to go, as far as you want to go, to helping you get involved in changing this and stopping this. I can't stop it for everybody, but I can make it much better for you. So when I say you are in danger, I mean it. And when I say I will help you, I mean it. I can and I will. But it's your choice. Cyborg, zombie. It's your choice. Now that's real freedom. And it's within the confines, it's within the reality of the cosmos. The cosmic casino, about probability and possibility. Your possibility of thriving in this new system that's coming into fruition very rapidly, you can improve your possibilities and your probability with more knowledge of this happening and specifically how it affects you and your family. Now I can get as detailed as you want to get. Now I want to talk just briefly, introduce my next triad or 3 episodes, 4, 5, and 6. These are going to be more about the detail. But if you're already getting the idea and you're taking me seriously and you want to go to my websites, we can get you going right away. You can ask me questions. We can develop your concerns. We can take it to any level you want to take it. We can help involve your friends, your family if you want. I don't ask for donations. I don't ask for money. Okay? I'm an old man with a seriously bad physiology right now. I won't go into all the detail. I mentioned it in I think I mentioned it in my introduction. I hope you'll excuse my presentation. I really do. You know, I'm a person that likes perfection as much as anybody else. I could use artificial intelligence. I could do the transcription and the editing and the lighting and the microphones, and I can use these services that do it all for you. But I don't want to. I want to talk to you from my heart. And I want to talk to you without a script. I don't want to read a transcript. I want to sit here and look at you as best I can in the eye and tell you what I know to be true and how I'd like to try to help you. Now, I'm going to put the word out as far as I can reach through podcasting and social media and whatever else I can learn a little bit more about, because I'd like to at least offer this program to as many people as I can, as quickly as I can. So in the next few days, I'll post these next 3 episodes, and then I'm going to refocus my primary attention on my websites. I'll continue helping with the I'll continue developing some episodes, but slower, because I've taken a lot of my energies and time away from my websites, and I need to get back there. I also do a podcast and I do websites about my music. I started my interest in music a long time ago. For me, it's a long time ago. I actually got to where I started trying to be a performer in 2011. And I bought my first guitar. And I started writing some music, and I started writing it around the theme of True Lie blues and how sad it made me. And as I started becoming more into being rebellious with the true lies in our system, and then I was in a semi-retirement. I left the academic and the state service realm of things when I saw all of the terrible things happening. And I took a rather radical step of trying to say no in my own way. And I went from being someone that was very well supported in the system at all levels. I was president of my National Association of Correctional Education Directors, state directors, and federal directors of I was ambassador of the entire Correctional Education Association, and many other things. But that came to an end when I said, no, I don't want to play this game anymore. Well, they didn't like that. So I moved everything to my home office here in Tucson, Arizona. And I want to work with individual people. I want to help you. So with that, I look forward to seeing you or having you join me in my episodes 4, 5, and 6, or on my websites. I'll get right back to you. I have blogs. I will also do the Zoom seminars with one or several people at the same time if you want that. It's your choices. But I will respond to everybody that comments or asks questions. I do that. That's who I am. That's who I was always in my career as an educator and a coach. I've coached football, basketball, baseball, some soccer. My game was baseball. I loved baseball, and I had my chance to go to the professional level at a national champion ASU baseball team, but I chose to go to Vietnam. Right or wrongly. Now, I believe me, I certainly don't endorse what happened with that war and the lies that got us into that war and the motives. I was as patriotic as any one of you. And I'm still patriotic in the sense of the promise of this land, but certainly not what it's come to be. But I haven't given up. I'd like to regain that. And you can help me. I'll feel better every day if I can help you move through these very dangerous times in a better way. Your currency is going to go away. They're going to take your money. Through various laws you're not even aware of, they can confiscate your bank accounts. They can confiscate even your equity in your homes. There's ways to do that. I know this. I know a great deal about law. I'm related to a person that wrote corporate law, the textbook used by most universities all across this land, Charles Allen Wright. I know a lot about the law, and I'd like to help you. Okay? I can, and I will, if you let me. So with that, I'm going to move on to getting these podcasts posted, and I'll try to respond to anybody. Try to do it through my website. It's much easier for me to do it that way. And I'll answer some of your questions there, or I can do it here in the upcoming podcasts. All right. Adios. Adios. Vaya con Dios for those believers. And let's reposition those beliefs so that they're more helpful to you in reality. I'll do my best to help you. I spent a lot of time behind the podium, educationally and also religiously, early on in my life, till I learned more. I've always been what I call a preacher, teacher, creature, and I still am. And I'd like to help you. But you have to help yourself.